Welcome back, everybody. This is Odysseus, and you are watching the Arkham Horror Campaign video series, game number 3. We're about to start turn number 8. Woo! It is not looking good for the heroes. We only have one more token available on the Innsmouth Rising track, and nobody can get up to Innsmouth anytime soon. Well, but we have at least 2 turns probably before that token will arrive. So, we got our work cut out for us. Okay, first things first, during the upkeep step, we're going to move the first player marker over to Wilson Richards. Now, we have our environment where we got trimmers going on, so we're going to roll to see if that's going to have any effect on us this turn. And it will not, as we roll a 6. So, don't have to worry about adding a token, alright, increasing the terror track. So now let's run through our options for upkeep. Now, Wilson Richards is currently at the Plateau of Ling, and he can adjust his stats pretty much however he likes. Let's reset our motorcycle. I'm trying to close this gate here. Yeah, I don't really see. We've got, I think we're pretty good there. Let's adjust. Now, we're going to keep our fight where it is. We'll take a chance on the will. Alright, I think he's going to be pretty good. Alright, let's go over here to Roland Banks, who went to the hospital last turn. He's going to 1, 2, 3. He's only got a focus of 2. It's been decreased by 1 because of his concussion. So we're going to raise our speed up to 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Where's Schizo Tool moving? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, can't really get there. 1, 2, 3. He's just going to be 1 movement short. Okay, we're going to have Roland Banks go gather up some clues this turn. I think he's going to be pretty good on everything else he's got to do. Doesn't get to do his larceny because he's not in the streets. Kate Winthrop is also going to gather some clues up and head in the general direction of Innsmouth. Just cannot get there, being too slow to do so. She's pretty good on everything. We're going to reset our understudy script. We'll be handing that off this turn because he's just not the character to try to read that book. With that in mind, okay, I know how I'm going to handle that then. 1.2, yeah, okay, that's how we're going to do it. He's only got a speed of 3, which means while this environment's going on, we can only move 2. So I think he's going to be good with his stats pretty much wherever they are right now. Alright, well, that's going to wrap it up for the upkeep step in turn number 8. We will cross our fingers and hope we can last at least another couple of turns. Here we are for the movement phase in turn number 8. We'll get some of this as easy. Wilson Richards will move to space 2 at the Plateau of Ling. Roland Banks is going to do something a little bit different. He's going to move 1 space and stop. Now he has 3 movement points available with a speed of 3, plus 1 for his ally, minus 1 for the environment. He's going to stop there on the same space as Schizo Tool, who is going to pass off the understudy script. And with the understudy script, we're going to wait a turn before we read it, because I've got enough will I can actually make a decent roll and try to get some clues from that. But that's, you know what, we're going to go ahead and keep moving then. Let's go ahead and keep moving. That was 1 movement point, 2, and for the third one, let's go to, we'll go to the library. Alright, could go to the science building I guess, but we'll go to the library. Kate Winthrop, with 3 movement points, is going to go 1, 2, 3 and pick up a clue at Hibbs Roadhouse. It gives her 3 clues. See, she's going to take some of these clues and head up to Innsmouth and try to knock down the Innsmouth Rising track, maybe. Still going to take her another 2 turns before she can start working on that. Alright, and that leaves Schizo Tool with 2 movement points. She's going to go 1, 2 and pick up these 2 clues. Alright, that's going to actually give him 5 clues, And that will also increase 2 points on his personal story. He needs 2 more clues gathered to fix that all up. And that's going to wrap up the movement phase for turn number 8. Okay, here we are ready to resolve the encounters phases in turn number 8. And now Wilson Richards is our first player, but he is in another world, so we'll do him last. We'll move over to Roland Banks at the library and let us draw and see what happens for him. Some archaeology professors seem to be having a wager, and they call you into the room to have fun at your expense. Be a good sport and try to pick out the antique from these fakes we made up, will you? If you pass a lore check -1, you may draw and keep 1 unique item. Well, my lore is currently a 1, so I've got no way to modify that and no clues in hand. Oh, actually, wait, I do have +1 lore from my ally, so that will give me 1 die. We'll go ahead and take that shot. That would be pretty useful if I could get that. Oh, and look at that! We got a success. Well, I don't believe it. Well, we're drawing 1 unique item. Who knows what we're going to get here? We got Map of the Mind. In another world, discard to keep from being delayed or lost in time and space. If you use this item when you go insane or are knocked unconscious in another world, you go directly to Arkham Asylum or St. Mary's Hospital. Okay. That's not bad, because we do tend to get to the other worlds fairly often. We might be needing that. I might pass it off to one of the other gate hoppers. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Now Kate Winthrop is at Hibbs Roadhouse. And let me pause here for a second and see what's going on there. Okay, we're going to draw the encounter at Hibbs Roadhouse for Kate Winthrop, and let's see what we got. Let's get the glare off the card there. There we go. Whoever was sitting here before you used a knife to carve a horrible symbol into the surface of the table. Make a will check -1 and lose 1 sanity. If you fail. Then whether you pass or not, search the common item deck for the knife and take it. Okay, well, we gain a weapon out of it. It's a will check -1. My will is currently a 3. And I do not see any modifiers to that, so it's going to be 2 dice. Rather not lose a sanity here. And we do get a success with a 5. Wow, okay, that's twice. So we get a common item knife. Alright, we're going to pull out the common item deck and see if I can find a knife out of here. Alright, here we go. Rifle. Handcuffs, like a cigarette case. Knife, there we go. And we'll take these, put them aside for the moment, and we will claim the knife as an item. It gives her a second weapon, though she would rather use her cursed sphere most of the time, I would suspect. Though it does cost us a point of either sanity or stamina. My knife might be alright for now. Okay, well, that's actually alright. No horrible things happen to us there. That will move us to Schizo Tool at the Historical Society. Let's see what happens to him. An actor from The King in Yellow leads a theater course. It's amazing what skills an actor needs to master in order to look like the real thing. Pass a will check -2 to draw skill cards equal to the number of successes rolled. Keep 1 and discard the rest. If you fail, you learn something you wished you hadn't in the theater exercises and are cursed. Okay, this doesn't look like an optional thing, so I guess we have to do it. My will is currently a 3 with no modifiers to any will checks. So, we're going to get to only roll 1 die. Alright, here we go. Rather not be cursed, so let's see what we can do. And we roll the 4. Alright, well, that's going to give us a curse. That's not the worst thing in the world to happen, but that is, if that's the worst thing that happens this turn, we've done pretty well. Alright, Wilson Richards is in another world location. So let's see what happens to him. He is at the Plateau of Ling. And let's see, Abyss, Dreamlands, Other. What was that? Make a sneak check +3, or we will find out as you are devoured. Okay, well, sneak, I'm pretty good at sneak. We got 3 sneak, +3 is going to give us 6 dice. Okay, we're probably going to make this. I'm using 6 dice. We should hopefully make this. Oh, there we go, 6 dice. Alright, here we go. And of course, not a single success. Well, we're going to start with using our Mythos lore, and let us roll 1 more dice. Let's try that. We have a clue over there as well. And there it is. There's our 6. Of course, the Mythos lore helps us pass this scary check to keep from being devoured. Alright, that's the only thing that happened there. Next turn, he will return and be attempting to close the gate at the Plateau of Ling. Okay, the gate over at Devil's Reef. Alright, well, not too bad of a turn for the encounters. That will wrap up the encounter phase for turn number 8. Okay, here we are for the Mythos phase and turn number 8. We're crossing our fingers and hoping nothing absolutely horrible happens. We've got 7 tokens on the Doom track, only 1 left on the Innsmouth Rising. So let's hope we don't have anything bad happen here. Here comes the draw. Old building collapses, a headline. Okay, nothing to replace our environment. So let's see if a gate appears at the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Oh, another gate in Innsmouth. Okay, well, let's draw and see where it goes. Goes to the Plateau of Ling. That's an interesting turn of events. We'll put that gate there. We have to draw a monster to appear at that gate. Let's get that out of the way. And we will draw this monster here. We get a Proto-Shoggoth. Another really horrible creature. I've just not been lucky on the creature draws for the most part. We've had a couple of lucky draws, but the monsters we have been drawing have been really tough. Alright, that will appear there. It provides an interesting choice for Wilson Richards, because now there are 2 Plateau of Ling gates on the board, both in Innsmouth. So when he returns, he can return to either one of them. If that had not been a tough monster, we would have gone to Esoteric Order of Dagon for sure, but we will probably go ahead and go to the Devil Reef and gather the couple of clues over there that are at Yanthalai. Boy, I hope I'm saying that right. Okay, let's finish reading this card. Let's do the monster movement. Pluses and crescents are moving. So, I believe we have a plus right here. And the pluses move on white, so he's going to go back down here. And we got no crescents there. That's going to be a little bit of a problem for Schizo Tool. No other monsters in Arkham. We do have a crescent over here moving on the black. The cultist will go there. Oh, we have a plus over here. And pluses are moving on the white, so the plus comes into that spot. We have a diamond there, so no movement for him. Okay, alright, that's not horrible, but not really very good either. Let's see where the clue appears. Devil Reef, which it cannot appear because we have a gate there. Let's see what the event is. This old building collapses. Unfortunately, the building was containing 2 monsters which have now been released into the factory district streets. Oh, jeez. More monsters running around up in Innsmouth. That's never a good thing. So we're going to draw 2 monsters here. 1 and 2. And we're going to see goat spawn. That's not horrible. And vampire. Also not terrible. Vampire is a little worse than the goat spawn. Goat spawn's vampire. Okay, neither one great. But we will hopefully have our monster hunters getting up to Innsmouth in the reasonably near future as we put these guys in their little stands and get them into the streets in Innsmouth. Here we go. Way the heck over here. Alright. Okay, well, we didn't lose. we did. Oh, I need to put a Doom token on the Doom track. Almost forgot. There we go. I put some 8 on the Doom track. And that's going to wrap up all the events of the Mythos phase. Whoo, doggies. It is getting just a clock ticking on us. Everything ratcheting up just a little bit more difficult. So we will see what we can do in the next turn as we wrap up turn number 8. Welcome back, everybody. This is Odysseus, and you are watching the Arkham Horror Campaign video series, game number 3. We're about to start turn number 9. The investigators are hanging in there, but it's still not looking that great for them and their chances of success. So, we will go ahead and get this underway. First things first, as always, we move the first player marker from Wilson Richards over to Roland Banks. Now we have our trimmers still going on, so we're going to roll for that. See if our terror track increases. And we do a roll of 1. So we will up our terror track to 3, which will close down the general store. General store is now closed, and we lose another ally from the ally deck. We'll see Thomas Malone leaving town. Alright, so he's out. Alright, now let's go ahead and run through the upkeeps. Roland Banks, he's not in the street, so he doesn't get to do any larceny. He's going to go start snacking up some clues, trying to get up to Innsmouth to deal with what's going on up there, probably. That's the same thing that Kate Winthrop's going to start doing as well, but she still can't make it there this turn. I don't think we need to increase our speed. We've got enough speed to get to the next round of clues. 1, 2, 3, 4, actually. Yeah, he doesn't have any clues in hand right now, so he needs clues before he heads up to Innsmouth. So he's going to go snag some clues this turn. If I go 4, 1, 2, 3, it's not going to be enough to read that. We are going to go ahead and adjust our will. 1, 2, getting our will up a little bit. And that's going to be all we can do because our focus is currently only at 2 because of our concussion. Alright, Kate, our sanity is too low. We're going to go ahead and up to the asylum to do some healing here. She's got to, oh, well, I'm not going to move her yet, but I'm going to leave her speed, 1, 2, 3, where it is. The will is fine. Don't need anything else. I think she's going to be good. Okay, Skids O'Toole does not roll for his curse on the first turn after he gets it, unfortunately. So, he is going to just bonk this monster in the head. Speed is currently 3, so he can move potentially 2 spaces, but he's going to go take on that Deep One Hybrid. It's actually the easiest monster on the board to fight. We'll go ahead and get him taken care of. So he's got 5 clues, and he has theoretically the ability to hop into a gate and get something taken care of, but he's sort of pinned in by all the monsters hanging out in the Fringe Hill streets. So he's going to first take on the Deep One Hybrid and maybe use his gate trophy to go get an ally. No, you have to have 2 gate trophies, right? Yeah, 2 gate trophies. Maybe we'll go, oh, a blessing. Well, yeah, blessing might be alright. Alright, well, we'll see what happens. Well, we'll deal with that next turn. Now, Wilson Richards has nothing he's got to do. His fight is maxed out. That's what he's going to use to close the gate. We're going to reset our Mythos lore. Only got 1 clue, so we will not be sealing the gate, but we will be trying to close it. Alright, I think that's going to wrap up the upkeep phase for turn number 8. Time for the movement phase and turn number 8. First player is Roland Banks, so we're going to go ahead and move him. He has 3 movement points available. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to snag these 3 clues over here at the Unvisited Isle. That's actually pretty handy. Now he is sort of configured to get up to Innsmouth. Maybe he'll have time to call in the feds. Okay, since he is the Fed, maybe that'll work. Okay, Kate, we're going to go with our 3 movement points. 1, 2, 3. Head up to the asylum. We're paying some money to get some healing there, restore our sanity. Schizo Tool, he's got the most exciting part of the turn here. Alright, he's going to step up into the space with the Deep One hybrid. We're going to be, has a horror check with a -1. So, we have a will of 3, and nothing that modifies our horror check, so we'll be rolling 2 dice. And really hope we succeed here, because I only have 1 sanity right now. So, oh my goodness, we did get lucky. There's the 6. Whew, rolling those cursed dice is always a gamble. So, no damage on the horror check. We will be fighting, and the Deep One hybrid has a 0 modifier. Only need 1 success. So, we've got a fight of 2. We've got an enchanted blade with +4, an axe +2, so that is 6. +1 from our skill will be 7 dice to get 1 success. Even with the cursed dice, we're crossing my fingers here. I don't want to say anything else. Oh my goodness, look at that. We're rolling better with the cursed dice. I don't even need to roll the extra 2 dice. We will kill the Deep One hybrid. And that's pretty lucky. I'm rolling better with those cursed dice than we did with our regular dice. Alright, he's now got a couple of monster trophies worth 3 toughness. Alright, next turn he gets some options. Alright, we're going to then move the movement phase for Wilson Richards, coming back to Innsmouth at the Double Reef. And during the encounter phase, we'll be trying to close that gate. Alright, that will wrap up the movement phase for turn number 9. Here we are for the encounter phase in turn number 9. Roland Banks is our first player, and he is at the Unvisited Isle, so let's see what happens to him over there. Here's the draw. Here we go, Unvisited Isle. You come across a man examining some old bones. Pass a sneak check -1 to get close enough to see what he's doing. He finally notices you and is impressed with your skills, introducing himself as John Legrassi. Take his ally card if it's available. Otherwise, he shares a meal with you. Restore your sanity and stamina to maximum values. Alright. So a sneak check -1. We'll start with that. My sneak is a 2, so we're going to only be rolling 1 die. Alright. And we roll a 3, so we're going to have no effect from this. It's not a very clearly worded card, but I'm assuming that we will not get close enough to see what he is doing, which negates the whole rest of that. So, we will not get an ally. That would have been pretty awesome to snag another ally. Kate Winthrop is paying some money to heal up her sanity. So, it'll cost her 2 out of this 5. We'll get 3 back. 1, 2, 3. Ah, come on. There we go. There's 3. I dropped 1 there, so there we go. There's our 3. Now, that's going to help her in her spell casting. Alright, now she's going to restore her sanity, so I need to get 4 more sanity bits. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. There we go. Now our sanity back to maximum. Very good. No need to draw an encounter there. Schizo Tool is in the streets, so he will not have to have an encounter. The only other person doing anything this round is going to be Wilson Richards, who is at the gate at the Double Reef. He's going to attempt to close that gate. It's got a -1 modifier for its difficulty. And fight is currently a 4. That will give us 3 dice. Alright, I see no other modifiers. So, here we go. Oh my goodness, and we get 2 successes. So that was pretty awesome. We're going to claim that gate trophy and put the gate stand back over here and claim the gate trophy with a diamond. And I know that we have a diamond monster out there. And oh look, the Proto-Shoggoth who just came out. That's a diamond monster. There's one. Let's see what we got here. Crescent, Hex, and Hex plus Crescent. Alright, so I know we got a diamond over here as well. Crescent. And there he is, the Elder Thing. Oh, that's rather quite fortunate there. No other diamond monsters, but that got rid of a couple of monsters off the board. That's pretty good. Okay, well, that's going to wrap it up for the encounter phase in turn number 9. Alright, here we are ready to do the Mythos phase in turn number 9. We're going to have to get a little bit lucky to keep on surviving. Let's see what the draw does for us. Okay. The Innsmouth Plague Rumor. Oh man, rumors just kill us. This is not a good time to be getting a rumor. Let's see what it says down here. Uh-oh. No gates open, but add 2 Doom tokens to the Doom track. Well, that gives us only 2 more spots. We're up to 10 on the Doom track. Not that good at all. And then comes, let's move the monsters. Uh-oh, everything's moving. So, first thing is to take the flyer. Now, the special rule for Devil's Reef is a flyer can land there just like it was a street area. So, Wilson Richards will deal with that. And let's check out these other monsters here. We have Hex and Square. Hex is moving on white, of course, and Square is moving on white, surrounding poor Skids O'Toole. No other monsters here in Arkham, so let's look up here. We have a Crescent moving on white. That will come here. We have a fast monster, a Hex, moving on white here and here. We have a Plus moving on black. That will come to there. And this one doesn't move. And then the final straw. The Cultist moves into the Vortex. That will add the 6th token to the Innsmouth Rising. And that will awaken the Ancient One. Okay, well, the rest of this doesn't even matter. So, we're going to pause here and set up the battle with the Ancient One. It's sort of appropriate that the Ancient One is awakened with the Innsmouth Plague. And it was the Innsmouth Rising track that awakened the Ancient One. Skids O'Toole surrounded by monsters and a whole bunch of monsters wandering around in Innsmouth. Alright, so we're going to pause here and set up the final battle.